Chancellor Miller, the university community is assembled for commencement.
Thank you. Good morning. Welcome to the University of Wisconsin-Green Bay Spring 2019 Commencement. Please join me in thanking our student ambassadors for bearing the international and tribal flags. These flags will be posted in the lobby, joining more than 100 flags illustrating the global reach of the University of Wisconsin-Green Bay. We are proud today to welcome the University of Wisconsin-Green Bay Vets for Vets Club Color Guard, who will present the colors. We will then remain standing for the national anthem, which will be sung by UW Green Bay student Lauren Paul.
Dawn's early light, what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the buds bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
So I invite you to be seated. I want to begin the ceremony this morning with a very special acknowledgement. We at the University of Wisconsin-Green Bay acknowledge the First Nations people who are the original inhabitants of this region. The Ho-Chunk Nation and the Menominee Nation are the original first people of Wisconsin, and both nations have ancient historical and spiritual connections to the land that our institution now resides upon. Today, Wisconsin is home to 12 First Nations communities, including the Oneida Nation of Wisconsin, Forest Community Potawatomi, Ojibwa Nation communities, Stockbridge-Munsee Band of Mohicans, and the Brothertown Indian Nation. We acknowledge the First Nations people of Wisconsin. Thank you. I'd like to take a few moments to introduce a few people who are with me here today. The University of Wisconsin-Green Bay is incredibly fortunate to have a most distinguished and dedicated faculty and staff. These are the professionals who have provided these graduates with opportunities in the classroom, the research laboratory, and through countless hours of personal instruction. Many are nationally known experts in their field of study. All provide significant service to the university and the community. And I'd like to ask the faculty and staff to stand now and be recognized, and ask you to join me in thanking them for their great work. The UW Green Bay Council of Trustees is composed of community leaders who provide guidance and direction to the university. A number of council members are joining us today, and I want to introduce them. I'll ask each member to stand and remain standing until all members are introduced, and if you would hold your applause till they're all introduced, thank you. Mr. Craig Dickman, Chair of the Council, Ms. Diane Ford, Mr. Terry Fulweiler, and Ms. Judy Crane, who is Trustee Emerita and also Board of Regents Member Emerita. Please join me in thanking these volunteers for their service. Thank you all. Thank you for coming back. I'd like to ask the following senior administrators to stand and remain standing so that they may be introduced. Dr. Eric Arneson, Vice Chancellor for Student Affairs and Campus Climate. Ms. Cheryl Van Gruensven, Vice Chancellor for Business and Finance, and Mr. Tony Warner, Vice Chancellor for University Advancement and President of the University of Wisconsin Green Bay Foundation. Please join me in thanking these great professionals for them. Thank you, guys. I'm also joined by university program chairs and other university administration, and I'd like to ask them to please stand so that you can thank them as well for their work on behalf of these graduates, folks. So each of our graduates has benefited from the love and support of friends and family, many of whom have joined us here today. So I'd like to ask all family and friends of these graduates to stand up so that these graduates can thank you and so that we can thank you for your support. Stand up if you're a supporter of these. Yeah. Look at that. Thank you so much for your support. All of us here enjoy unprecedented freedom as citizens of this great country. And at this time, I would like to ask all active duty and veterans of the U.S. military to stand so that we may thank you for your service to this country. The University of Wisconsin Green Bay is proud to be part of the university system of Wisconsin. That system, known around the world for its excellence, is governed by a citizen board of regents selected from across the state. These regents give countless hours of service as volunteers to keep this university system world class. And we're fortunate today to have with us Regent Gerald Whitburn, who will come and bring greetings from the Board of Regents. Please join me in welcoming Regent Whitburn to the podium.
Thank you very much. It's wonderful to be here. We have an outstanding chancellor in Gary Miller. Let's thank him for the tremendous job that he does in leading this wonderful facility. He has an outstanding team, highly respected across academia in Wisconsin, in the region, elsewhere. academic leaders, faculty, administrative staff, first class. Green Bay can be very proud. Let's give them a round of applause. I bring you the greetings of the University of Wisconsin Board of Regents. Regents are appointed by the governor, they're confirmed by the state senate. We are not paid. Our job is to oversee the successful operation of our state's large public higher education system. It's one of the largest and one of the highest regarded systems operating anywhere in America, or for that matter, worldwide. We have more than 170,000 students across 26 campuses. We have almost 60 million square feet of instructional staff, instructional space, I should say. We have at least 2,200 buildings that we know of. We're one of the largest employers. For those of you with a business relationship, you know what an FTE is, a full-time equivalent. We have more than 45,000 full-time equivalents. Every February, we send out W-2s. How many? 100 to 105,000. As I participate in our meetings, my operating assumption is that aside from the wonderful faith communities that we have working across the state of Wisconsin, this University of Wisconsin system is, in fact, the state's most important institution. For those of you who are spending your professional lives here, you have indeed a very high calling. And for those of you who today are taking your leave with degrees in hand, you can do so with a new skip in your step, but also, yes, it seems to me, with a new burden. You see, 70% of the adults in Wisconsin do not have a four-year degree, nor will they ever have one. So you leave here today with both the opportunity that others might not have, but also the responsibility to step up. To step up to make a difference. As you have that new arrow in your quiver that you will have the chance to carry throughout your lifetime, that will permit you time after time to enter rooms, pass doors that others will find closed. Oh my gosh, opportunity. A little scary. This word commencement is more than a little conflicting. Think about it. Commencement, we're out of here. But look at the word. Commence. To begin. What is next? Everyone tells you at this point in your life, America is special, opportunities are unlimited. Think about what happened in this country, what happened in America just 47 weeks ago. 47 weeks ago, a young woman, not long out of college, 47 weeks ago, in a congressional election, a primary election in New York, a 10-term veteran congressman, a guy who, frankly, most of us in this state probably had not heard of, was defeated. And yes, a young woman won. 47, that's fine. "47 weeks ago, she won. And whether you love everything that she's saying and doing and proposing, or whether you hate everything that she's doing and proposing and talking about, chances are, no matter where you're from, no matter what age group you're in, no matter what station in life you find yourself in, I don't have to mention her name. I don't have to mention her initials, and chances are you know exactly who I'm talking about. 47 weeks. Think of it. Only in America. For each of you, opportunities indeed. But then also this business of the need to step up. First, an observation, and then a challenge to each of you. The observation is that you badly need to leave here today, ever determined, ever committed to be nothing less than lifelong learners. Be resolved to be lifelong learners. Why? Because we face so much incredible change. Every year, jobs are different, and they aren't easier to master. And if we don't keep up, the truth is we're going to be left behind. Let's be dedicated to lifelong learning. So then, as I complete my remarks, the challenge that I would leave with you today. Ours is a wonderful state, part of a wonderful nation. 23 states are represented in this graduating class. But we're suffering right now from an ever-worsening problem that has infected our nation's capital, that has infected many state capitals, and we see it in many neighborhoods as well. And that's this terrible business of less and less civility. I looked up the word civility, courtesy, politeness. I would add respect. Do we have less civility in America than we had a year ago? Absolutely. Do we have less civility across our country than we had 6 months ago? For sure. So what can you do as new graduates? What can you do about this situation? The answer is very simple. You can lead by example. You see, you can take steps toward goodness all day, every day, to fight the important fight, the good fight, the righteous fight for civility. And that would be my challenge to each of you today. Do make us proud. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Regent Whitburn. The awarding of an honorary degree is a rare and momentous occasion in the life of an academic community. In the history of our university, only 8 such honorary degrees have been awarded. Today, we add another recipient to our list of those so honored. The degree being conferred today is the Doctor of Laws, an honorary designation which recognizes those distinguished in the service of learning, the state, and the common good of society. Provost Davis, will you please come forward with the honorary degree recipient to the podium and assist me in conferring upon him the degree of Doctor of Laws.
The recipient today of our honorary doctorate degree is Dr. Alex Goudet-Fondez. Dr. Goudet-Fondez is the Director of Sustainable Research Center in the School of Engineering at the Universidad del Cerrado in Santiago, Chile. As an internationally renowned researcher and advocate for the environment, he has played a key role in establishing and implementing the research and sustainability agenda in Chile, while also carrying out his research with teams in North and South America and Europe. His service to learning includes addressing some of the most pressing environmental issues of our time: climate change and its impact on the availability of food and water, and the effects of the vulnerable populations. While our institutions are 5,492 miles apart, we share in the belief that we all have an obligation to preserve, protect, and nurture back to health the world around us. Alex's connections to UW Green Bay date back to 2011, when he was here as an international visiting scholar. In just 2 short weeks, he left a lasting impression on both the faculty and staff of UW Green Bay because of his high level of technical expertise, enthusiasm, and passion for the environment. Exceptional people have that kind of impact. Alex was invited back to Green Bay in 2012 to team teach courses in both Spanish and environmental science. Our 2 institutions have been working together ever since, with Dr. Goudet-Fondez helping shape our international environmental studies minor and a popular exchange program between his university and UW Green Bay. His strong commitment to research and public service includes serving on the executive committee of the U.S.-Chile Council for Science, Technology and Innovation, the National Councils for Innovation for Development, the Ministry for the Environment, and the Steering Committee on Food Security and Nutrition. He is the research associate of the Earth Engineering Center of Columbia University in New York. Alex is described as a rare and generous academic collaborator, known to put solutions, society, and common good before ego and personal gain. We are proud to know him as a selfless colleague and friend, and highly honored that he considers UW Green Bay his intellectual home. On the behalf of the faculty and academic staff of the University of Wisconsin-Green Bay, I am pleased and honored to present you for the conferring of the degree Doctors of Law.
Dr. Fondez, I too am pleased and honored. The honorary degree recognizes a person distinguished in the service of learning, the state, and the common good of society, and you are indeed such a person. It is with pleasure and by the power vested in me by the Board of Regents of the University of Wisconsin system and the laws of the state of Wisconsin that I bestow upon you the degree of Doctor of Laws. It's my pleasure now to call Dr. Chuck Ryback, Dean of the College of Arts, Humanities, and Social Sciences, to introduce this year's class speaker. Dr. Ryback.
Thank you, Chancellor Miller. I'm extremely honored to introduce this year's graduating class speaker, Yutle Galal McClester. Ms. McClester represents the best of a UW Green Bay education. She was chosen to speak on behalf of her graduating class by a committee of UW Green Bay faculty and staff. Ms. McClester is a firm believer that success comes at your own pace. As a non-traditional student, a mother, and a mentor, she forged a path that was not fast nor easy, including attending 5 different colleges on her journey to completing her degree. Once Yutle Galal found her place and her passion at UW Green Bay, she prospered. Today she's graduating with a Bachelor of Arts in First Nations, a minor in Environmental Science, a certificate in Environmental Management and Business, and a very promising future. Ms. McClester's contributions to the upward mobility of students include serving as a peer mentor in the Gateway to Phoenix Success program, leading the Intertribal Student Council, and serving as an assistant teacher for undergraduate students in ethnohistory. Her on-campus advocacy and research are impressive. This past year, as an intern at the Great Lakes Intertribal Council's Native American Research Center on Health, McClester researched policies and practices that colleges and universities could adopt to help foster greater academic success and better overall wellness for Native American students. She was also the only student from across Wisconsin selected to serve on the search committee for the Native American Student Success Coordinator for the entire UW system. Yutle Galau has used her voice to encourage real conversations about inclusion and diversity on campus. In the words of one of her nominators, Associate Professor Lisa Pupar, Ms. McClester works collaboratively across all social groups to build consensus and promote inclusion. Her strengths are many and include strong intellectual abilities and excellent communication and presentation skills. She's an authentic ally in action to members of oppressed social groups, including people of color and the LGBTQ communities. She is always working to understand her own privilege, and she challenges those around her to grow and do the same. Her approach to challenging others is effective and firmly rooted in respect. Ms. McClester will be applying her education at the Oneida Cultural Heritage Department as a language and culture trainee. She was also recruited by the Oneida Nation of Wisconsin to serve as an Indigenous language apprentice, where she will be applying for acceptance into an adult immersion program in Ontario. As she leaves UW Green Bay today, Ms. McClester is indeed a phoenix. She rises, inspires, explores, analyzes, succeeds, and today she soars. Before I came up here, she gave me a tobacco tie, which has been oddly relaxing as I've been reading through this. And I will leave that up here for you. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Yutle Galau McClester.
Sogoli sogwek, igel he died waradlan ha, yun langalau ni yun gets. Evangeline Webster yun dajets kwe aksotka, Josa yun dajets agnu ha. Wagwaho ni wagita loda, okaleoni oteaga ni wagaduhun joda. Hello everyone, I'd like to introduce myself. My name is Yutle Galau. My grandmother's name was Evangeline Constance Webster Delgado. My mother's name is Josa Delgado. I'm of the Wolf Clan, and the people of the Standing Stone is the land and earth I come from. As an Indigenous woman of Turtle Island, I find it important to stand before you as my true self, in my identity, and in my traditional clothing. I gave my introduction in the Oneida language to establish my relations. Haudenosaunee people of the Longhouse, are matrilineal. We follow our mothers, which is why my mother and my mother's mother are included within my introduction. With extension to my clan, my people, and the land that I occupy. I never had the chance to know my grandmother, Evangeline. She attended college in Chicago while raising 9 children on her own. She passed away right before her college graduation. And today I honor her by wearing her skirt and leggings, as my mother did at her graduation. My mother was also a single mother of 3. Therefore, as a 3rd generation of single mothers, I follow in the strength and power of the women in my life who came before me. Being commencement speaker is much more than me speaking before all of you. It is changing the narrative around women. We can see this movement of women taking place with amazing leadership that is rising. I'm sure that in order for those women to succeed, they had to have failed a lot. There have been times in my life I have failed in college, but I had to re-examine why I was here. Looking at my major, which I changed 3 times, I was trying to find what fit me. It took a while before I arrived at my program in First Nation Studies. All of those struggles through my life in school can be reminders that we need to take a step back and reevaluate our lives, our decisions, and what makes us happy. In those difficult times, we look to those individuals that will help lift us up, our friends and family who share their stories and laughter. Since attending this institution, I've been faced with hardships, from the loss of family members, of friends, of relationships that put me into some of the darkest times in my life. So much that I question if being here at school was the best thing for me. I could honestly say that I would never have made it without my family, friends, and faculty that were there to simply ask me, "How are you doing? Are you okay?" The importance of my family and community on campus continued to grow through these relationships that were forming. Eventually, my journey through life began to fall into alignment with the things that I had envisioned for myself. Although I confronted failure multiple times, through my traditional teachings, I could approach trials and tribulations with love, empathy, and compassion. Are we not told to go to school so we can make a difference? We were sent to make an impact and continue the ripple of movers and shakers that came before us. I focused on my passion in doing what I love because I want my son to do the same as he gets older. If we're not doing something purposeful with our lives, then maybe it's a time to take that step back and rethink our next move. There's always a moment to change and create our own path. That's why today I would like to share a robin dance song with all of you. The robin represents renewal after the winter frost is gone, and I find it fitting as we take these next steps in our lives by graduating here today. I chose to sing this song with one of my students I have been mentoring in Oneida Music, Language, and Culture, Kaylee Schuyler. Yep. I am continuing the ripple of changing the narrative around women, and I hope that all of those that come after me are welcomed here and find family. Thank all of you who are graduating for your brilliance and resilience. We made it.
Wow. Thank you so much for that. Thank you. It's now my pleasure to introduce our very distinguished commencement speaker, Ms. Jan Allman. Jan Allman is President, CEO, and General Manager of Fincantieri Marinette Marine, a world-class shipbuilding company located along the Menominee River in Marinette, Wisconsin. Fincantieri Marinette Marine is part of the Fincantieri Marine Group, the United States division of the Italian enterprise Fincantieri. It is one of the world's largest shipbuilders, with 20 shipyards on 4 different continents, employing nearly 20,000 shipbuilding professionals worldwide. Since 1942, Fincantieri Marinette Marine has provided ships to meet America's growing demand for naval construction and has designed and built more than 1,500 vessels. The company is one of the largest shipyards in the Midwest with 1,500 employees. This organization boasts some of the best engineering and naval architecture minds in the industry, with an impressive track record on government contracts and a long-standing relationship with the United States Navy and the United States Coast Guard. Ms. Allman started her career not in shipbuilding but in cars. She began working at age 19 at the Ford Motor Company engine plant in Lima, Ohio, where she spent 26 years in various roles with increasing responsibility covering engineering and production both in the U.S. and Europe. Her last position with Ford was as plant manager for the Chicago assembly plant, where she was responsible for the plant's overall operation, the safety of 2,500 plus workforce, a $335 million annual budget, and more than $8 billion in annual revenue. Successful organizations and cultures are built with smart, innovative, and visionary leaders, and Ms. Allman's career is evidence of just that. With a 30-year career as a global operations and engineering leader, she will share with today's graduating class the experiences and values that have guided her success, as well as her personal advice for students as they embark on their next adventure. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Jan Allman.
Hello, UW Green Bay, and congratulations, woo! Okay, Chancellor Miller, distinguished guests, parents, family, and graduates. The excitement in the air is palpable. What an extraordinary honor it is to be here today. For those who may not know, you are graduating on a very special day. Today is Armed Forces Day. Can all who are serving in the U.S. military please stand for a round of applause? Thank you. It's clear that today marks a new chapter in your life. Commencement means the beginning. Some of you will be entering into the workforce, joining the military, continuing your education, and taking many other paths. However, Will Rogers once said, even when you're on the right track, you'll get run over if you just sit there. Okay? Whatever your next move, it requires you to take action in making that decision. Spend some time refining that path, because throughout the rest of your life, you'll be required to grow, reevaluate your goals, and potentially pivot. You will encounter your unexpected opportunities along the way, and I encourage you to experiment and follow what you love doing. I smile when I think back at my initial master plan, and I am thankful for those unanticipated disruptions along the way. My approach to early education was non-traditional. By the time I finished high school, I had moved more than a dozen times and lived in 2 different countries because of my father's job. I would stay in school a few months, then pack up and move to the next. This constant change forced me to adapt to new situations, focusing both on short-term goals like adjusting to a new school, trying to make a positive impression with new teachers, and integrating into new friend cliques, while continuing to focus my long-term ambition to be the first kid on either side of my family to attend college and earn an engineering degree. While attending 3 different high schools in 2 different countries, I concentrated on math, physics, and chemistry. I was in the automotive industry for almost 30 years. As he said, I began my co-op experience with Ford Motor Company at the age of 19, being a GMI student, now called Kettering University. As a co-op, I worked obtaining a Bachelor of Science in Mechanical Engineering. I took accelerated courses followed by full-time employment at 12-week intervals. During my co-op, I gained significant experience through working through a variety of departments and positions, such as production supervisor, maintenance supervisor, quality, process, industrial and facilities engineering. After working 26 years in Ford, I joined Navistar as the VP of Global Manufacturing, building international trucks and buses. I have been with Ford most of my life. It was a daunting task to step out of my comfort zone and enter into a different company and culture. This was a great growth experience for me. It taught me that there was a life outside of Ford, that there were many other opportunities and experiences I could do as long as I was willing to step out and do them. Then after nearly 30 years of learning everything there was to know about automotive, I decided to make the most dramatic change in my life and began building combat ships for the U.S. Navy. I am now President and CEO of Fincantieri Marinette Marine, in a naval shipyard just located 1 hour north where we stand today. We currently build one of the U.S. Navy's most technological advanced warships, the U.S. Freedom-class littoral combat ship. I am one of the very few people who can claim that I build freedom every day. How cool is that? Building combat ships is extremely rewarding. It is also very challenging. I could have never accepted those challenges and switching of careers if I hadn't spent 30 years actively developing my own talents and redefining my decision-making process. I am also honored to be serving on a presidential appointed committee called NIAC, which is the National Infrastructure Advisory Council. In my life, I've had the opportunity to see various leadership techniques applied in a multitude of settings. You may ask, how does one stay focused while considering that next move or opportunity? I am a true believer that the only way to do this is developing a strong system of personal values and leadership style. And that's what I'm here to talk to you about today. It's called servant leadership. A servant leader energizes and influences others by focusing on their individual needs and what they require to be successful. The leader joins the team in working towards the common goal instead of commanding or telling them what they need to do from afar. This type of leader can be described as the skill of influencing people to enthusiastically work towards identified goals with a character that inspires confidence and excellence. Think about someone in your life who focuses on you as an individual, developing your skills, who continuously encourages you, motivates you, and builds your confidence. Much like a coach, I bet you will remember that person throughout your life because they earned your trust, loyalty, and guided you to excel. This is servant leadership. This leadership approach is practiced at many extremely successful companies, including Starbucks, Johnson & Johnson, Best Buy, Quick Trip, Marriott, Nordstrom, the U.S. military, many of Fortune's 100 best companies to work for, and over a dozen Fortune magazine's most admired organizations. John Quincy Adams once said, "If your actions inspire others to dream more, learn more, do more, and become more, you are a leader." Although I've reached countless hours of both formal and on-the-job management training, the truest example of servant leadership that I've ever witnessed was illustrated to me by my father-in-law, Lieutenant Albert Ullman. Through his story, I would like to give you tangible examples of how to emulate this honorable approach to human interaction. Albert lived a life of civil service and activism, with a long string of achievements starting with serving 3 years in the Navy during World War II. He was a lieutenant on a subchaser, operating with a crew of only 30 sailors, and they learned to depend on each other for their lives. He had to take port in Hong Kong due to emergency repair of 2 engines on his ship. Each engine was directly tied to the 2 impellers. So one engine died, he only had 1 operating impeller. And guess what happened? A typhoon hit, all right? Albert was ordered to stay in port and do the emergency repair, all right? However, they knew they were gonna lose the ship, all right? So Albert knew the safest place for that ship was to be going out of sea during high winds. Rather than risk the ship and his crew of being destroyed by remaining in port, he took her out in the harbor, operating with only 1 functioning engine. Throughout that devastating storm, he had to remain constantly vigilant while at the helm in order to keep the failing ship pointed into the waves and protect his fellow crewmen. He and the crew were commended for their bravery in saving the ship. That commitment, call to action, challenging in the face of adversity is the guiding principle practiced throughout his life. Albert, after the war, became a leader in his community. He inspired others to get involved, actively participated in many organizations such as Chamber of Commerce, Sierra Club, Rotary Club, Knights of Columbus, Elks, and his local church. Most importantly, he left an imprint on his local community, resulting in a better future for Tiffin, Ohio. When people describe Albert, they say he was a selfless leader, willing to take on any job and help in any capacity. Words used to describe him were coach, mentor, promoting strength and unity, giving credit to others, generating enthusiasm for anything he pursued. Albert is no longer with us. However, his legacy will continue to inspire those who knew him. But I want to make something very clear. Today is your day. Be proud. Enjoy being the center of attention. You deserve it. But tomorrow, it's not about you. It's about those whom you will serve. Endeavor to be that teammate, colleague, the friend that everyone wants. Inspire those around you to be better. Lift others up. Encourage others with your personal example of servant leadership. In the end, your name and reputation mean more than how much you make or what fancy title that you may have. To serve with your whole heart is what it's all about. Again, I want to issue my congratulations to the UWGB class of 2019, and I wish you the best in all your endeavors. Thank you.
Thank you, Jan. It's now my pleasure to invite Provost and Vice Chancellor for Academic Affairs, Dr. Greg Davis, forward to preside over the conferring of degrees. Before we begin that process of awarding degrees, however, I want to make a special recognition. The Provost is the second most senior administrative officer in the university. Virtually nothing happens at the university without the Provost's help. Later this summer, Provost Davis will step down from his important role, which he's held for the past 4 years. He will return to the Faculty of Mathematics. During his time as Provost, Dr. Davis has guided this university through an extraordinary period of transformation and growth. Through his leadership, we reorganized the university, developed a new mission, established the Richard J. Resch School of Engineering, and vastly expanded our academic offerings. Dr. Davis graduated from the University of Wisconsin-Green Bay in 1981, and he went on to receive his doctorate in mathematics from Northwestern University and then returned to Green Bay, where he's been on the faculty for 32 years. Please join me in thanking Dr. Greg Davis for his extraordinary service to the University of Wisconsin-Green Bay.
Wow, wasn't expecting that. Well, before the most important part of the ceremony begins, I have an announcement concerning photographs. Pictures will be taken by a professional photographer as the diploma is received. Photo opportunities for family and friends will be available later in the lobby. Therefore, please remain seated and do not obstruct the aisles. The Chancellor will confer degrees in turn by degree in college. After degrees are conferred, the students will come to the stage to be congratulated individually. We will begin with the conferring upon the eligible candidates the degree of Master of Science. Chancellor Miller, I wish to read a resolution passed by the Faculty Senate at its meeting on May 1st, 2019. Be it resolved that the Faculty Senate of the University of Wisconsin-Green Bay, on behalf of the faculty, recommends to the Chancellor and Vice Chancellor of the University that the students certified by the Registrar of the University as having completed the requirements of the respective programs be granted their degrees at the May 18 commencement. It is now my pleasure to introduce to you Associate Vice Chancellor for Academic Affairs and Director of Graduate Studies, Professor Matthew Dornbush.
Thank you, Provost Davis. The University of Wisconsin-Green Bay offers a wide array of graduate programming at the master's and doctoral level to meet the rapidly evolving educational needs of our region in the fields of science and technology, education, healthcare, and business. Graduate programs provide students with an advanced, problem-focused educational experience with courses offered in traditional, online, weekend, and evening formats. Will the candidates for the master's degree please rise and remain standing? There we go. Chancellor Miller, I present these candidates for the master's degree upon the recommendation of their faculty, advisors, their thesis committees, and the UW Green Bay Faculty Senate.
Thank you. On the recommendation of the faculty of the University of Wisconsin Green Bay and by the authority vested in me by the Board of Regents of the University of Wisconsin system, I confer upon you the degree appropriate to the learning you've achieved and the work you've completed, with all the responsibilities, privileges, and honors thereto pertaining. Congratulations. And you may be seated.
Candidates for the master's degree, at the direction of the marshal, please proceed to the platform. The candidates will be joined on stage by their major professors and program chairs. The candidates' names will be read by Associate Professor Courtney Sherman.
The following students are receiving a master's degree in applied leadership for teaching and learning. Presenting the diplomas is Chancellor Gary Miller. Assisting with the hooding are Director of Graduate Studies, Professor Matthew Dornbush, and Associate Professor Tim Kaufman. Andy Jean Argue. Caitlin Sue Beck. Sarah Melissa Fisher. Lisbeth Marie Grosskreutz. Brandon Michael Hall. Jean Marie Hoffman. Katie Lee Meyer. Heather Strong. Katie Sue Walsh. Sarah Eileen Wunderlich. Jessica Lynn Zittel. The following students are receiving a master's degree in health and wellness management. Assisting with the hooding are Director of Graduate Studies, Professor Matthew Dornbush, and Associate Professor Christine Vandenhouten. Amanda Albert. Logan Nichols. Jessica Rodriguez. The following students are receiving a master's degree in nursing leadership and management in health systems. Assisting with the hooding are Associate Professors Janet Riley, Brenda Titchkowski, and Christine Vandenhouten, and Professor Rebecca Hovarter. Christy Jillian Baum. Janice Brebeck. Brooke Bruette. Brianna Marie Jenkins. Christy Lynn Kraus. Ann Ross. Carrie Ann Rupert. Jessica Marie Scholes Geller. Tammy Lynn Stanislawski. Jim Allen Stepp. The following students are receiving a master's degree in social work. Assisting with the hooding are Associate Professors Gail Trimberger, Doreen Higgins, and Jolanda Salmon, Assistant Professors Stephanie Ree and Joan Gressel, and lecturers Jennifer Shannon Materi, Nina Powell, Margaret Kubek, and Terrence Mapes. Autumn Alekna. Chloe Day Anderson. Kara Tiffany Burgeis. Mariah Grace Boggs. Sarah Ann Boyea. Corey Michael Carline. Brooke Ciardo. Carolyn Grace Kelly Cox. Kenneth Ikeji Syriakis II. Brooke Ann Marie Daverveld. Jordan Lisa DeFrance. Brooke Violet DeWayne. Joel Michael Dinney. Kalia Dongmola. Jimothy Dunford. Cassandra Eggert. Summer Frosland. Carolyn Elizabeth Giesman. Christina Gomez Vargas. Dana Marie Golseth.
Samantha Hobble. Jessica Jagodinsky. Gabrielle Yachman. Kristen Koba. Caitlin Ann Kubaki. Lalonde. Scott Douglas Lalonde. Kelly Renee Lemon. Paige Lotter. Tyler Gill Lidkey. Simone Anne Marie Ninham. Kimberly Ann Pample. Amanda Louise Pesci. Michelle Marie Peterson. Amanda Nicole Petska. Cassandra Lynn Riley. Thomas Allen Ritchie. Delaney Ann Marie Skelding. Kawana Spencer. Liza Marie Stefik. Yi Tao. Cassandra L. Toby. Veronica Thompson. Pa Plua Vang. Jessica Marie Wilkie. Karina Jo Walt. Lindsay Joan Wallerman.
The following students are receiving a master's degree in data science. Assisting with the hooding are Director of Graduate Studies Matthew Dornbush and Professor Sampath Ranganathan. Trisha Ann Bagley. Mark William Sisson. The following students are receiving a master's degree in sustainable management. Assisting with the hooding are Director of Graduate Studies, Professor Matthew Dornbush, and Dean John Caters. Adam David Ballrood. Jason Bird. Eric Reese Hoxma. Jessica Louise Klinger. Gerald William McNerney. Dale Passell. Eric James Stick. The following students are receiving a master's degree in environmental science and policy. Assisting with the hooding are Associate Professor Patrick Forsyth, Professor John Luchai, and Director of Graduate Studies, Professor Matthew Dornbush. Olukayode Dele Akinkwemi. Lydia Dorr. Gregory Y. Holder. Andrew Ransom. Eric William Rintamaki. Abby Shea. Amy Lynn Stures.
Please join me in congratulating our 2019 master's degree recipients.
You may be seated. Following our award ceremony last night, 35 students now wear the Chancellor's Medallion in recognition of high academic achievement and community service. And I'd like to ask the Chancellor's Medallion recipients to stand right now to be recognized for your hard work and determined and achievements. Thank you. Additionally, Joshua Vollmer has been honored by our Alumni Association as the outstanding student of this semester's graduating class. Joshua, would you please stand? I think you're back there. There you are. Thank you.
We will now confer the associate and baccalaureate degrees upon the eligible candidates. It is my pleasure to introduce to you the Dean of the College of Arts, Humanities, and Social Sciences, Professor Chuck Rybak.
Thank you, Provost Davis. The College of Arts, Humanities, and Social Sciences is a home for dreamers. We are the curious and the creative. We explore not only what it means to be human, but how to more fully and firmly articulate yourself in the larger universe of ideas and expression. Soft skills are not soft, they are hard, and we prepare you for the hard cultural work that they require. We are your writers and musicians, your performers and researchers, your policymakers, and your media voices. We are your teachers, we are your artists, psychologists, and historians. We are your curators, translators, and conduits. Central to our mission is the promotion of a liberal arts education that is problem-focused and prepares our students for success, career development, and civic engagement. Will the candidates for the associate and baccalaureate degrees please rise and remain standing? I know you guys are rebels, but the time is now to follow orders. Chancellor Miller, I present these candidates for degrees upon the recommendation of the faculty of the University of Wisconsin-Green Bay. They are to receive their appropriate degrees.
On the recommendation of the faculty in the University of Wisconsin-Green Bay and by the authority vested in me by the Board of Regents of the University of Wisconsin system, I confer upon each of you in the College of Arts, Humanities, and Social Sciences the degree appropriate to the learning you've achieved and the work you've completed, with all the responsibilities, privileges, and honors thereto pertaining. Congratulations. You may be seated.
Graduates of the College of Arts, Humanities, and Social Sciences, at the direction of your marshal, you may proceed to the platform.
For the presentation of the associate and baccalaureate degrees, Chancellor Miller will be joined by the Dean of the College of Arts, Humanities, and Social Sciences, and each recipient's program chair or representative. The following student is graduating with an Associate of Arts and Sciences degree. Presenting the diploma is Chancellor Gary Miller. Representing the associate's degree in the presentation of diplomas is Dean Chuck Ryback. Erica Sorensen. The following students are graduating with bachelor degrees. Presenting the diplomas is Chancellor Gary Miller. The following students have a major in art. Representing art in the presenting of diplomas is Associate Professor Minkyu Lee. Allison Ray Karlovsky, summa cum laude. Maureen Mary Mercier, summa cum laude. Melissa Louise Murphy. Ebony Schmidt. Amanda Singer. Amanda Lynn Wiesman, summa cum laude. The following students have a major in arts management. Representing arts management in the presenting of diplomas is Associate Professor Jeffrey Benzo. Haley Paris Place. Taylor Nicole Tess. Erin Emily Van Lysel, cum laude. The following students have a major in communication. Representing communication in the presenting of diplomas is Professor Philip Clampett. Benjamin Burnt. Sarah Elizabeth Bickler. Madison Kaylee Burns, cum laude. Carly Marie Chapin. Wade John Crevier, magna cum laude. Carly Rose DeGrand, cum laude. Caitlin Rose Egan. Olivia Joyce Fugate. Emily Marie Kelly. Rachel Kepke, summa cum laude. Darian Kuglin. Tony Leto. Mackenzie Elizabeth Jean May. Casey Rose Nickel, cum laude. Abigail Meline Pfeiffer. Katie Ann Lorraine Pozorski. Jessica Reed, cum laude. Haley Marie Rettinger. Bailey Jordan Schmid. Donna Ramona Schneider. Daniel Severance. Danielle Nicole Shea, summa cum laude. Sadie Anna Ventimiglia. Aaron Voss. Janelle K. Mackey. Danielle K. Weber, summa cum laude. The following students have a major in Democracy and Justice Studies. Representing that major in the presenting of diplomas is Associate Professor Allison Staudinger. Morgan Elizabeth Bembenek. Vladislav Yuriovich Billy. Tegan Joy Bothan, cum laude. Austin Thomas Karen. Quinn Carter, magna cum laude. Tessa Dolata, magna cum laude. Eva Ray Domensic. Michaela Elizabeth Enneper, cum laude. Samantha May Hempfner. Madeline Ruth Jensen, summa cum laude. Gabrielle A. Nemick. Morgan Renee Pertzborn. Sabrina Samuel. Marjorie Ray Sloan. Dana Laverne Wunsch, summa cum laude. Linnea Marie Marin Zintman, summa cum laude, honors in the major. The following students have a major in Design Arts. Representing Design Arts in the presenting of diplomas is Associate Professor Jeffrey Benzo. Nicholas Walter Cerise. Wade Patrick Connett. Matthew Ryan Holtz. Katie Jane Jordan, summa cum laude, honors in the major. Kristen Casey Lewandowski. Megan Hope Nyber, summa cum laude. Amalia Rose Quick. Manuel Vivas, cum laude. Rachel Grace Worth. Kayla Carolyn Wunsch, cum laude. The following student has a major in economics. Representing economics in the presenting of diplomas is Associate Professor Thomas Nessline. Fletcher Arlen. The following students have a major in English. Representing English in the presenting of diplomas is Professor Rebecca Meacham. Emily Jean Cave, cum laude. Emily Danielle Jacobson. Austin Dennis Korf, magna cum laude. Alicia LeBeff, summa cum laude. Maria Cecilia Lemons. Bryce E. Reed, cum laude. Gabrielle Rose Rewa, summa cum laude. Jordan Sinclair Safransky. Kristen Nicole Schrader, cum laude. Cody M. Urbanik. Rebecca Lynn Watkins.
The following students have a major in environmental policy and planning. Representing environmental policy and planning in the presentation of diplomas is Associate Professor Laura Warner. Trevor J. Arnaldi. Catherine Marie Hinkle. Zachary Williams Shermer. Ryan Lewis Specht. Emily Marie Weber. The following students have a major in First Nation Studies. Representing First Nation Studies in the presenting of diplomas is Associate Professor J.P. Leary. Sapatis Minoman. Summa cum laude, honors in the major. Gajistaman Stevens, cum laude. Shakira Shining Star Stevens. Yudlangalau Mamie McLester. The following student has a major in French and Francophone Studies. Representing French and Francophone Studies in the presenting of diplomas is Professor Christina Ortiz. Brigitte Janine Kaiser, summa cum laude. The following students have a major in history. Representing history in the presenting of diplomas is Associate Professor Kimberly Riley. Courtney Marie Bartzen, cum laude. Sean Carl Boll, cum laude. Grant Fisher, cum laude. Dakota James Griffin, summa cum laude. Brett Robert Kruger. Carol Patsy Lenz, cum laude. Eric J. Migel, magna cum laude. Allison M. Nordquist, magna cum laude. Courtney Marie Rietveld. Emily Caroline Shadell, summa cum laude. Benjamin Edward Wojcik. John Garth Werner. Bobby Sue Wessel. The following students have a major in human development. Representing human development in the presenting of diplomas is Associate Professor Janelle Holstead. Dorothy Marie Bolt. Margaret Kane. Lindsay Page Carey. Sally Marie Daigle. Megan Nancy Fahey. Catherine Gustafson, cum laude. Sharon Rose Jansen. Hannah Elaine Johnson. Christina Jean Koenig. Kaylin Christine Krause. Emily Jean LaGrave, magna cum laude. Adrian James Nelson. Rachel Lee O'Loughlin. Evelyn Nicole Pritchard. Katie Jane Probelski. Hannah Rose Roppers. Megan Lynn Schreiter. Melinda Vang. Naisha Vang. Samantha Marie White. The following student has a major in humanistic studies. Representing humanistic studies in the presenting of diplomas is Professor Jennifer Ham. Beth Satala, cum laude. The following student has a major in humanities. Representing humanities in the presenting of diplomas is Professor Jennifer Ham. Rachel Bowker. The following student has an individual major. Representing the individual major in the presenting of diplomas is Associate Dean Kate Burns. Maximilian Heiser. The following students have a major in information sciences. Representing information sciences in the presenting of diplomas is Professor Philip Clampett. Jameson Will Bardowski. Drew Allen Flynn. Evan James Gribb. Tanya Lee Nemi. The following student has a major in interdisciplinary studies. Representing interdisciplinary studies in the presenting of diplomas is Associate Professor Laura Warner. Eileen Mary Sum, summa cum laude. The following students have a major in integrative leadership studies. Representing integrative leadership studies in the presenting of diplomas is Associate Professor Laura Warner. Cynthia K. Charay, summa cum laude. Travis James Cleven. Sarah A. Kennedy. Allison Kent. Andrea Ann Canope. Leslie Marie Kramer, cum laude. Matthew Allen Miners. Brittany Petrick Retzlaff. Crystal Jean Princely. Summa cum laude. Wendy Rentz. Randy J. Soulier. The following students have a major in music. Representing music in the presenting of diplomas is Associate Professor Courtney Sherman. James Alexander Block. Paige Alexandra Owen. Thomas J. Parents III. Lauren Ella Paul, magna cum laude, honors in the major. The following students have a major in organizational leadership. Representing organizational leadership in the presenting of diplomas is Associate Professor Laura Warner. Sherry Beth Altman, cum laude. Michael Brandenburg, summa cum laude. Nathan Thomas Carlson, summa cum laude. Susan Marie Correrly. Wanda Jean Doctor, cum laude. Casey Joan Marie Frechette. Ray Guardiola. Stephanie Hammer, cum laude. Elizabeth Grace Jones. Carrie Kennedy, cum laude. Julie Ann Claver. Mark John Kleisner, summa cum laude. Mai Sheng Li. Jonathan Richard Long. Michelle Renee Meyer. Alberto Eduardo Rodriguez. Christy Spaeth. Arthur Lloyd Ward, cum laude. Tricia Sue Zeitzler.
The following students have a major in philosophy. Representing philosophy in the presenting of diplomas is Associate Professor Hae-Kyun Kim. Mark Daniel Aronson, cum laude. Joseph Presley, cum laude. The following students have a major in political science. Representing political science in the presenting of diplomas is Associate Professor Aaron Weinshank. Graziano. Kellen J. McHale. Christopher Stammer, cum laude. Glumstead Foster. Hannah Marie Godey. Leah Mary Golke. Taylor Alexandra Goldbrand, cum laude, honors in the major. Justin Hafman. Kaylin Heron. Allison Taylor Hewitt, summa cum laude. Serafina Yachman, summa cum laude, honors in the major. Broderick Neal Kenner. Samantha Lee Conan. Courtney Lynn Kozlowski. Bryce Robert Kutcher. Mackenzie Ann Lamar, summa cum laude. Nicholas John Livingston, summa cum laude, honors in the major. Kurt Charles Ludvigsen. Elizabeth Ann Martin. Michaela McMullen. Evan Howard Meyer. Kayla Miller. Savannah Ray Miller, summa cum laude. Stephanie Blake Nielsen, summa cum laude. Holly Marie Astrike. Jesse James Ogle. Alexis Pouts, cum laude. Kristen K. Provencher. Charity S. Reedy. Paige Christine Richardson, summa cum laude, honors in the major. Deanna Romero. Jessica Ryan. Tiffany Ann Salentine. Chelsea Sollenbach, cum laude. Cassidy Michael Salm. Monique Durea Schneider. Susan Schober, summa cum laude, honors in the major. Javon Smith. Megan Nicole Smith. Rachel Smith, summa cum laude, honors in the major. Morgan Marie Storkson, summa cum laude, honors in the major. Lindsay Nicole Talma. Ashley Nicole Unger. Jalen Walter. Ricky Ward, cum laude. Shayla Mae Warren, cum laude, honors in the major. Jessica Rose Wolf, cum laude. Bryn Nicole Wolf, summa cum laude. Shang Yang Allison Shang, cum laude. Gabriel Charles Zastro. Zachary Ryan Zellner. The following students have a major in public administration. Representing public administration in the presenting of diplomas is Associate Professor Laura Warner. Benjamin James Boucher, cum laude, magna cum laude. Lance William Crevier, cum laude. Taylor Hanks. Chase Highland, cum laude. Lily Beth Johnson, summa cum laude. Corey James Knutson, cum laude. Kendra M. Schmeling, summa cum laude, honors in the major. Madeline Schneider, summa cum laude. Kaylee Christine Trudeau. Jasmine Vila. Katie Marie Wanick, cum laude. Alexander Robert Warner, cum laude. The following students have a major in Spanish and Latin American Studies. Representing that major in the presenting of diplomas is Professor Cristina Ortiz. Elizabeth Brinks, cum laude. Christopher DeAllen Davis. Megan Marie Ellenbecker, summa cum laude. Jessica Ann Gill. Alexis Nicole Santiago, magna cum laude. The following students have a major in theater. Representing theater in the presenting of diplomas is Professor Laura Riddle. Selena Rose Deere. Nina Stoneham. The following student has a major in Urban and Regional Studies. Representing Urban and Regional Studies in the presenting of diplomas is Associate Professor Laura Warner. Peter Baumgartner.
Okay. You know, it turns out that when you come back to your chairs, it's okay to sit down. So... Congratulations! It is now my pleasure to introduce to you the Dean of the College of Health, Education, and Social Welfare, Dr. Susan Gallagher-Lepak.
Yes, indeed, we have more degrees to give. Together, we inspire students and transform communities. This is the aim of the College of Health, Education, and Social Welfare. The education that students receive is life-changing in terms of preparing for a profession, developing a broader worldview, and gaining new skills to more fully contribute to the greater good of communities. Communities need these graduates, our well-prepared teachers, social workers, nurses, health information, and health and wellness specialists, and leaders in these areas. Will the candidates for the baccalaureate degrees please rise and remain standing? Chancellor Miller, I present these candidates for degrees upon the recommendation of the faculty of the University of Wisconsin-Green Bay. They are to receive their appropriate degrees.
Thank you. On the recommendation of the faculty of the University of Wisconsin-Green Bay and the authority vested in me by the Board of Regents of the University of Wisconsin system, I confer upon each of you in the College of Health, Education, and Social Welfare the degree appropriate to the learning you've achieved and the work you've completed, with all the responsibilities, privileges, and honors thereto pertaining. Congratulations. And you may be seated.
Graduates of this college, at the direction of your marshal, you may proceed to the platform.
For the presentation of the baccalaureate degrees, Chancellor Miller will be joined by the Dean of the College of Health, Education, and Social Welfare and each recipient's program chair or representative. The following students have a major in education. Representing education in the presenting of diplomas is Professor Paul Lohr. Andrew James Alexander. Sarah Rose Andreessen, cum laude. Elena Denise Bouchon, summa cum laude. Alexandra Brettel, cum laude. Amity Macy Brosig, cum laude. Ashley Renee Buchholz, summa cum laude. Abigail Sue Carter, summa cum laude. Anna Lee Cole. Paula Nicole Cortese, cum laude. Chelsea L. Curley, cum laude. Gabriella M. Elke. Paige Michaela Eisen, summa cum laude. Danielle Fraser, cum laude. Morgan Christine Furton, cum laude. Sarah Ashley Haas. Jacob Michael Ham, summa cum laude. Aaron Hepp, magna cum laude. Amber Hundermark, cum laude. Samantha Claire Johnson. Alyssa Mae Kirsch, summa cum laude. Morgan Ann Lizoe. Allison Christine Loderbauer, summa cum laude. Heather Marie McClone, cum laude. Heather Marie Murray. Amber Marie Punsloff. Ashley Patrisco. Nicole Marie Piette. Taylor Marie Pomploon. Jaden Ray Russell, cum laude. Samantha Lynn Sartori, magna cum laude. Erin Margaret Schmidt, summa cum laude. Michaela Schwer, cum laude. Delaney Wren Splitgerber. Allison Susnick, summa cum laude. Kara A. Thiel, summa cum laude. Chong Yang.
The following students have a major in Health Information Management and Technology. Representing Health Information Management and Technology in the presenting of diplomas is Associate Professor Brenda Chichkowski. Pauline Arrow Bergy, summa cum laude. Valerie Ann Carpenter. Christine Elizabeth Claremont. Elizabeth Kircher. Michelle Ann Rasmussen, Novoselats. Kendall Smith, cum laude. The following students have a major in nursing. Representing nursing in the presenting of diplomas is Associate Professor Christine Vanderhouten. Ashley Nicole Dingler. Could you say it for me? Afukeze Wongkeza. Jalen Guziak. Mackenzie Ray Jacobson. Marie McCormick. Amanda Vicente, cum laude. Paul Welter. The following students have a major in social work. Representing social work in the presenting of diplomas is Associate Professor Jolanda Salmon. Savannah Ray Buckley. Cheyenne Katura, magna cum laude. Jesse Daniel Kradimski, magna cum laude. Elizabeth Joan Foyt, summa cum laude. Michaela Marie Fritsch, summa cum laude. Heather Kathleen Gozjelski, cum laude. Rachel Elizabeth Gregory. Miranda A. Gilsdorf, cum laude. Caitlin Kelly Heiser, cum laude. Yesenia Hernandez, cum laude. Tia May Hoppy, magna cum laude. Danielle Marie Jensen, cum laude. Ashley LeCaptain, magna cum laude. Marissa Marie Leisner, magna cum laude. Morgan Ann Lystaco, summa cum laude. Brittany Elizabeth Moss. Karina Michelle Mendez, cum laude. Lizzie Marie Knock Rainer, cum laude. Paige Marie Osmondson. Sarah Radke, cum laude. Ariana Salazar, summa cum laude. Selena Marie Sanchez, summa cum laude. Claire Elizabeth Chu, cum laude. Gabriella Ida Shapiro, cum laude. Rachel Beth Sosnowski, cum laude. Caitlin Ann Walter, cum laude. Haley L. Willen. Ka Zhang, summa cum laude. Ashley Noreen Zellner.
Let's congratulate our new graduates from the College of Health Education and Social Welfare. It is now my pleasure to introduce to you Interim Dean of the Austin E. Coffran School of Business, Professor Matthew Dornbush.
The Austin E. Coffran School of Business is a driving force in northeastern Wisconsin business education, dedicated to advancing economic prosperity and entrepreneurial spirit through partnership, impactful research, and quality graduate and baccalaureate programming. Will the candidates for the baccalaureate degree please rise and remain standing? Chancellor Miller, I present these candidates for degrees upon the recommendation of the faculty of the University of Wisconsin-Green Bay. They are to receive their appropriate degrees.
On the recommendation of the faculty of the University of Wisconsin-Green Bay and by the authority vested in me by the Board of Regents of the University of Wisconsin system, I confer upon each of you in the Austin E. Coffran School of Business the degree appropriate to the learning you've achieved and the work you've completed with all responsibilities, privileges, and honors thereto pertaining. Congratulations. And you may be seated.
Graduates of the Austin E. Coffran School of Business, at the direction of your marshal, you may proceed to the platform.
For the presentation of the baccalaureate degrees, Chancellor Miller will be joined by the interim dean of the Austin E. Coffran School of Business and each recipient's program chair or representative. The following students have a major in accounting. Representing accounting in the presenting of diplomas is Associate Professor James Label. Alexis Lee Beliveau. Kimberly Boots, cum laude. Richard Bormans, magna cum laude. Barbara Ann Boyer, cum laude. Sean Patrick Dietering. Jose Guzman. Erica Jean Keene, cum laude. Erin Justine Mader, cum laude. Hannah Grace Mauk, cum laude. Samantha Lauren Muchka. Noelle Margaret Poppy, summa cum laude. Courtney Renee Renderman. Lori Ann Schiller, summa cum laude. Hunter Michael St. Peter, cum laude. Brandon Joseph Vandeven, cum laude. Tiffany Ann Wangeren, cum laude. Christian Wentz, magna cum laude. The following students have a major in business administration. Representing that major in the presenting of diplomas is Associate Professor James Label. Ari Abazi. Jacob Ajax. Alyssa Marie Allen. Alex Nicholas Almquist, cum laude. Skyla Arndt. Caitlin R. Ashbeck, cum laude. Callista Ray Babler, magna cum laude. Holly Ann Bandashiski. Emily Bangin, cum laude. Daniel Michael Benke. Chase Michael Bemowski. Julie Bieshk, cum laude. Kennedy Bills. Brian Donald Borden. Hayden Glenn Bozen. Cassie Joe Bougie. Jalen Douglas Bookberger. Vanessa D. Booman. Caitlin Burby. Mallory Burby. Torjana Binum. Emily Elizabeth Capeless. Taylor Siski, summa cum laude. Morgan Coble. Austin Patrick Kreiter. Brandon Mason Danforth. Kevin Davis. Renee DeGrand, cum laude. Dustin Dupart, cum laude. Austin Lee Everingham, cum laude. Laura Elizabeth Ewing, cum laude. Jacob Eli Fierst. Spencer James Fritchie. Christine Adeline Furman. Anna Catherine Gain, summa cum laude. Ashley Elizabeth Garza. Chelsea Elizabeth Georgia. Courtney Gersek. Andrea L. Gildersleeve, cum laude. Rachel Gilson. Alicia Alexandria Huron. Johnny Ernesto Gomez. Monica Graczynski, cum laude. Danielle Lynn Grochon. Eric Joseph Garasi, summa cum laude. Kyle David Gutteridge. Mason Guyette. Matthias Dean Helber. Jace Hahnemann. Michael Hanrahan. Hannah Hedsend. Lauren Marie Hepner, cum laude. Keegan W. Holrith. Michael Huang, cum laude. Jade Augusta Huntley, cum laude. Buran Husseini. David Eisen, summa cum laude. Wendy Lynn Eisen. Hannah Rose Jandrin. Okay. Joseph Edward Janice. Benjamin Raymond Jordan, cum laude. Nicola Kavedzik. Evan Andrew Kane, cum laude. Garrett Charles Canis, cum laude. Carissa Ann Marie Cruz. Jared Cumbera.
Jake Matthew Lagois. Caitlin Ann Leisner, cum laude. Megan Marie Lepak. Mackenzie Mahler. Stephen Jacob Manis. Danielle Louise Martinez. Miles McDowell, magna cum laude. Brittany McKenzie, magna cum laude. Erin Menza, cum laude. Carly Ann Mertens. Justin Meyer, magna cum laude. Noah William North. Lacey Lynn Newfer. Callie Lane Nygren, summa cum laude. Nicole Lynn Palama, magna cum laude. Rachel Jean Peterson. Mara Nicole Filestifter, cum laude. Anna Plushakov. Gabrielle Alejandra Reyes Hernandez. Jesse Thomas Richards. Ryan Thomas Ritchie. Rebecca Ann Ronsman. Michelle Roth. Rachel Ray Roseman. Ashley Marie Sand, summa cum laude. Jared Dean Sawall, magna cum laude. Jacqueline Michelle Shelter. James Michael Sherrill. Taylor Emily Schneider. Tyler William Schramm. Morgan Schwaller, cum laude. Kayla Linsell. Nicolette Catherine Sims. Joel Sinclair. Hunter J. Singer. Jack Dylan Slowey. Wyatt Austin Smelt. Jeffrey Daniel Stemper. Ryan Michael Stenland. Carly Ann Vogel. Carly Weiss. Samuel Gerard Wellhouse. William Robert Went, cum laude. Ethan Riley Whitney, cum laude. Andrew Christian Wilt. Hunter Aaron Willie. DeMarco Williams. Chelsea Marie Williquette. Alicia Jean Zern. Zachary Zeichus.
Okay. Congratulations to all of those from the Austin E. Kaufman School of Business that have just walked the stage. It's now my pleasure to introduce to you the Dean of the College of Science, Engineering, and Technology, Professor John Caters.
Thank you, Provost Davis. Faculty and staff in the College of Science, Engineering, and Technology, which includes the recently established Richard J. Resch School of Engineering, provide a dynamic hands-on learning environment in the classroom and the laboratory for a diverse array of majors. This approach to education fosters new and exciting opportunities in STEM fields for our undergraduate and graduate students, our faculty, and the surrounding community, thereby contributing to economic innovation and environmental sustainability. Will the candidates for the baccalaureate degrees please rise and remain standing? Chancellor Miller, I present these candidates for degrees upon the recommendation of the faculty of the University of Wisconsin-Green Bay. They are to receive their appropriate degrees.
Thank you, Dean Caters. On the recommendation of the faculty of the University of Wisconsin-Green Bay and by the authority vested in me by the Board of Regents of the University of Wisconsin system, I confer upon each of you in the College of Science, Engineering, and Technology the degree appropriate to the learning you've achieved and the work you've completed, with all the responsibilities, privileges, and honors thereto pertaining. Congratulations. You may be seated.
Graduates of the College of Science, Engineering, and Technology, at the direction of your marshal, you may proceed to the platform.
For the presentation of the baccalaureate degrees, Chancellor Miller will be joined by the Dean of the College of Science, Engineering, and Technology and each recipient's program chair or representative. The following students have a major in biology. Representing biology in the presenting of diplomas is Professor Amy Wolf. Catherine Murphy Andrews. Colin Avery. Marissa Brendel. Emily Drown. William Lawrence Gamble. Josie Lynn Green. Sydney King. Tim Kolb. Joseph Allen Larson. Wynn Packard Larson. Olivia Marie Polman, cum laude. Madison May Kwame. Jacob Sheriff, summa cum laude. Colton Michael Tanner. Jennifer Emily Wolf. The following students have a major in chemistry. Representing chemistry in the presenting of diplomas is Associate Professor Michael McIntyre. Eli Robert Broman, summa cum laude. Allison Marie Frank. Sojung Lee, cum laude. Trent Thomas Lietzo, cum laude. Chrissy Rausch, summa cum laude. Emily Rock. Jared Dennis Schmidt, cum laude. The following students have a major in computer science. Representing computer science in the presenting of diplomas is Associate Dean Michael Zorn. Abdul Halik Aforlayan. Ibrahim Budul. William Davis Cretons. Clifford A. Freeman, cum laude. Aaron Joseph Gitter, cum laude. Desiree Grace Hansen. Greg Liadis, summa cum laude. Jared Charles Missbauer. Tehran Andrew Parham, Jr. James Michael Pockrant, summa cum laude. Jacob Stavroff, summa cum laude. Nicole Tassel, summa cum laude. Aaron Thomas Theory, summa cum laude. Chirag Rajpirot Vinod Pirohit. Dallas Michael Wood. Tomers Lotzor, cum laude. The following students have a major in electrical engineering technology. Representing this major in the presenting of diplomas is Professor Patricia Terry. Adir Pesh, cum laude. Luke Timothy Toombs. The following students have a major in environmental engineering technology. Representing that major is again Professor Patricia Terry. Ashley Jane Brecklin. Luke Thibodeau Melotic. Kenzie Lynn Austin, cum laude. Maria Yang. The following students have a major in environmental science. Representing environmental science in the presenting of diplomas is Professor Michael Draney. Fedor Bulat. Vivian Grace Cole. Laura Sharon Felling, summa cum laude. Angela Grimm, summa cum laude. Sarah Christine Gundrum, cum laude. Bennett Joseph Lippert, magna cum laude. Jacob Punzloff. Michaela Ann Swain, cum laude. The following students have a major in geoscience. Representing geoscience in the presenting of diplomas is Professor John Luchai.
Jennifer Megan Bolling. Madeline McKeefrey, summa cum laude. The following students have a major in human biology. Representing human biology in the presenting of diplomas is Associate Professor Dan Meinhardt. Noel Garcia Alvarez. Christian Ambroso. Caitlin Marie Balliet. Haley Marie Behrens, magna cum laude. Kayla Ray Beiersdorf, cum laude. Jacob Robert Basie. Brittany Elizabeth Bowman. Emily Ann Berger. Rachel Cody. Erin Jesse Diedrich, cum laude. Miranda Marie Dreckschmidt, summa cum laude. Whitney Eichsted. Samuel Engel. Annika Tanya Engstrom, cum laude. Elizabeth Faye Evans, magna cum laude. Chelsea Feck. Luke J. Flunker. Catherine Jordan Founder, cum laude. Myra Garza. Isaias Abraham Haureji, summa cum laude, honors in the major. Michaela Marie Gaza, cum laude. Rachel Marie Gordon, summa cum laude. Brooklyn Rose Gunderson. Jessica Rose Hannon. Kira Ellen Hyder, cum laude. Samantha Lee Inman. Kendra Istburner. Courtney Jean Johnson. Kirsten Mary Just. Mariah Ann Katzenberger. Kelly Kent, summa cum laude. Alexandra Jo Kirschner, summa cum laude. Wyatt James Liana. Andrea Mary Lenoble, summa cum laude. Rebecca Malcor, summa cum laude. Amber Merkel. Jordan Donald Molter, summa cum laude. Caitlin Rose Moser. Mary Beth Nutt. Kyer J. Patel. Yasmin Placencia. Jessica Lynn Plouffe. David Propson, summa cum laude. Michaela Gloria Reed, magna cum laude. Jessica Lee Roberts, cum laude. Molly Ann Saltzwedel. Jenna Grace Smarzinski, cum laude. Samuel Kenneth Soda, summa cum laude. Amy Lynn Steffenhagen. Melanie Mae Strand. Caitlin Jean Tappy. Dakota Thompson. Jenna Lynn Umentum. Aaron Michael Vandecastle, cum laude.
Christina Marie Vinopal. Joshua Clarence Volmar, magna cum laude. Abigail Nicole Wadick, cum laude. Blake Patrick Whitney. Garrett James Wickman, magna cum laude. Napo Shang. Lyndon Robert Young. The following students have a major in mathematics. Representing mathematics in the presenting of diplomas is Assistant Professor Megan Olson Hunt. Russell Thomas Bablich. Madison Bruce Letton, summa cum laude. Catherine Ebert, cum laude. Melissa Danielle Hansen, summa cum laude, honors in the major. Sam Hunt, magna cum laude. The following students have a major in Mechanical Engineering Technology. Representing Mechanical Engineering Technology in the presenting of diplomas is Professor Patricia Terry. Mina Catherine Anderberg. Lily Howe, magna cum laude. Corey Dean Johnson. Jeremy Andrew Johnson.
So according to university tradition, I now invite you to move your tassels to the left side of your cap. You gotta love it. The university takes great pride in its alumni who hold positions of prominence throughout our state and the world. The alumni, too, are very proud of UW Green Bay and our graduates and our current students. It's my pleasure to introduce Mr. Matthew Vandenhoven, President of the Alumni Association, who will offer greetings to the newest alumni. Matt?
Thank you, Chancellor Miller. Congratulations, graduates, and greetings from your Alumni Association. With the diploma you received today, you automatically became a member of the UW Green Bay Alumni Association, a worldwide network of 37,000 graduates, every one of whom chose this place, UW Green Bay, as their university. UW Green Bay has many prominent alumni doing important work around the world. Many own their own companies or are contributing in significant ways within the companies they work for. Many are making a difference as teachers or in the nonprofit sector. Many are saving lives or making life better as doctors or nurses. Many are taking care of our planet through discoveries in science. The true strength of UW Green Bay, however, lies in collective accomplishments of all of our graduates. UW Green Bay graduates are and will continue to be this community's and the world's visionaries and leaders. As a fellow UW Green Bay alumnus, I look forward to watching you personally succeed. As the Alumni Association, it is our hope that you will join other proud alumni by staying connected to UW Green Bay, that you will take your experiences, knowledge, skills, and understanding and reinvest them into your university, that you will share your talents to help your alma mater and the students following in your footsteps. As you go out into the world, though, remember that your alma mater and your fellow alumni want to support you in your professional development and career success. We are here to connect you with the 37,000 graduates in the UW Green Bay Alumni Network who can provide guidance as you seek a promotion, apply to grad school, or launch into something new. We will forever be a resource for you. As alumni, you have the opportunity to make a tremendous impact on UW Green Bay and each other's futures. You can do this by encouraging others to attend UW Green Bay and increasing enrollment, returning to speak in a classroom or on a panel, and enhancing the student experience, wearing the latest UW Green Bay gear and living the University Green Bay brand, and supporting key initiatives through philanthropy. This is not the end of your UW Green Bay experience. Once a Phoenix, always a Phoenix. On to the next chapter. Again, congratulations, graduates, and welcome to the Alumni Association, UW Green Bay, class of 2019.
This brings us to the end of our ceremony. Please join me in congratulating these graduates one more time. You guys. UW Green Bay student Lauren Paul will lead us as we sing the alma mater. We'd like to ask you to join in. The words on page 2 of your program. We'd like to ask you to rise for the alma mater and stay standing until the recessional of faculty and graduates is complete.
Let us rise above these waters, men and women of Green Bay. Rise in knowledge, rise in wisdom, rise in friendship, seal today. As the phoenix rose from flame, let us rise and still proclaim that we pledge our alma mater and the memories of her name.
Of the audience, we ask again that you remain in your places until the graduates have completed their recessional. To the class of 2019, we release you to your families, your loved ones, and your shared future. Please exit to the hall at the direction of your marshal.